weekends in skeet practice. To change the channel. To live in the unattended moment. To be where I was not. There was the time cover of a crowd of prisoners behind wire fences, their ribs like empty cages, with a caption in red, "Must it go on?" The war did not abate, and the news remained clear and constant, and the world struggled to rouse itself. People knew. Still, it went on. Year after year I watched. When Biddy was asleep at night and my work was put away for another day, I watched. To know is not enough. So I went to Sarajevo to write about the film festival when they were still fighting outside the city. They ran the projectors off car batteries. Someone asked, "Why are you holding a film festival in the middle of a war?" The director answered, "Why are they holding a war in the middle of a film festival?" I saw the Sarajevo roses in the sidewalks, the pockmarks on the walls. The city was alive with the temporary glamour of international film stars gathering in war ruins. Where was the rage? On the streets, I heard wry humor and relief. I felt mourning, exhaustion. I asked at the Sartre Theatre box office, "Do you know a man called Kosmos?" "Yes," said the young woman. "Does he have another name?" She thought for a moment and said, "Everyone calls him Kosmos." I left an envelope for him. Inside was a note in which I told him I would meet him that night at the Kino Bosna. I had not seen him for 11 years. The announcement of a new court in The Hague had spread quickly around the globe. They would need judges, litigators, researchers, interpreters. They would write a new set of rules and procedures. They wanted to bring order into that lawless place, the border. In Hamburg, Carla Vogel-Babich applied to be a prosecutor. She was married to a man from the region. Her specialty was international white-collar crime, but she was tired of the greed. When she was a child, she had lost her home in the rubble of her war-flattened city. She knew the smell of decomposing corpses. She wanted to be part of this new thing, a world court. A woman has no country and wants no country. Borders shift and crack into something different. Other women in other places were also deciding to leave their homes to go to The Hague. They too wanted to act. They too felt their home to be the world. In Lusaka, the Deputy Chief Justice told Judge Gladys Banda that the United Nations was looking for African judges. At first, Gladys thought she could not fit in with international lawyers. She had 5 children, but this had never stopped her from doing new work. Her husband encouraged her, and she thought, "All the new judges will have to learn the new law too." She had learned how to navigate Zambian tradition and British common law. Perhaps there were things she could do. All over the world, people were weighing the idea of joining the new court. History is now, in the moment of consciousness. New law on the border. The Kino Bosna Cafe was converted from a cinema, seats replaced with tables and red-checked cloths, and on the walls, classic black and white photos of old Hollywood stars, Bogart and Hepburn and Monroe. The smoke-filled room was full of young students whose educations had been interrupted, laughing through their war trauma, trying to invent a retro present in a city besieged for 3 years, 10 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. They crowded round a game of chess and mocked missteps, called out things like, "The chicken has laid a potato." For the young, hope is as natural as violence. They played U2 and Sikter and Protest. They joked, "You think one president is difficult? Try 3, a Bosniak, a Croat, and a Serb." But it was not a joke. Gota? Kosmos. He sat at a table with a woman. His hair fell over his left eye, and he moved with that familiar kinetic energy.